All right, Nickelback here at Niwot High School as the Fort Morgan Mustangs are being introduced. We'll go through them once again. It will be junior Tony Mendez. He is followed up by senior Aiden Garver and then sophomore J.J. Marquez. It will also be senior Jackson Weidrich and senior Charlie Langford. That starting lineup is brought to you by B&B Appliance. Head coach David Marquez. And we'll get the lineup here for Niwot. They have a nice crowd. Of course, it is senior night. Not a lot of seniors, only 2 seniors on the boys' team. It will be Taylor Rodansky, a junior, that starts for Niwot. But a nice crowd here, nice student section here. He is followed up by junior Rohit Das. And Sebastian Stens, a junior, 6-foot junior. And I'm going to guess it will be Jackson Corano. Jackson Corano, a 6'5" senior, who just sang the national anthem, did a great job with that. And rounding out their starting lineup is going to be Brighton Wangenegger, a 6'6" senior. So we'll see if the boys that come out with the same fire that they had Tuesday or last week. I'm trying to remember my days here. This is Tuesday. Last week when they played Riverdale Ridge, came out and led after the first period, 13-8. Then ended up losing that game. So we'll see if the Mustangs can get in the win column here tonight against this Niwot Cougar team that is 2-14 in league. So it will be, let's see who's going to jump. It will be Langenegger against Garver. And it tip is easily won by Niwot. Into the hands. Oh, it's going to be a foul right away on Charlie Langford. As Jackson Corano tried to go up at the basket. Charlie with the early foul. Free throw is up and good. So on the year, Corano shoots 54%. That is no good. Going to be rebounded by Langford. The Mustangs with their first possession to J.J. Marquez out at the left wing. Now to Weidrich. Mendez on the right wing. Man-to-man defense here by Niwot. The 3 from the corner is going to be up and no good. Going to be run down in the corner by Rodansky. Rodansky on the far side to Langenegger. Now they're going to go underneath to Corano. It's going to be off of the Mustangs and out of bounds, so Niwot will retain possession as they will inbounds left baseline of their basket. As they get it into to Langenegger now to Corano. Back underneath over on the far side to Stans. That shot is up and no good. Going to be rebounded though initially by Corano. And then a foul underneath on the shot by Langenegger. I believe that's on. That is going to be on Weidrich. That would be his first. Free throw is up and good. By Langenegger. Bends, shoots. That's off the front of the rim and no good. Going to be rebounded. Taken away by Mendez. Nice strong rebound there by Tony Mendez. Back to JJ. JJ's going to stop and pop for a 3. Up and good for JJ Marquez. As he hits from downtown, the Mustangs with full court pressure. to Carano out at the point. Now over on the far side to Doss. And then a travel is going to be called. First turnover of the game, and that will be on Niwot. Mustangs lead it here early, 3-2. As Langford works it up the court, finally across into the front court to Marquez on the right wing. Garver up top. He's going to drive it into the lane, going to pick it back out, turn and shoot. Shot is up and good for Aiden Garver. Five to 2 Mustangs. Move that ball around now up top to Doss. He hands it off to Rodansky, Doss on the high right wing over to Langenegger in the corner. Nice job by Riedrich to cut off that drive. Tipped away, taken away by Mendez. Turnover number 2 by Niwot. JJ's going to drive it in. He's going to hand it off to Garver. Garver's going to stop and pop from the free throw line. Off the back of the rim and no good. Going to be rebounded by Jackson Carano. And Stens looks to set up the offense for Niwot. He's going to drive it into the lane. He's going to kick it off into the corner to Rodansky. Shot is going to be up and no good. Going to be tipped out to Stens. Shot is up and no good. Going to be rebounded once again by Tony Mendez, his second of the night. To Garvers. He gets it up into the front court over to Charlie Langford. Now the ball is going to be tipped away. Langford gets it back. Wiedrich underneath to turnover Mustangs as it went off of Charlie's leg and out of bounds. So turnover number 1 by the Mustangs as they lead at 5-2. Full court pressure here by the Mustangs as Stens gets it up into the front court. He's going to drive it into the lane, hands it off, and going to be saved into the corner to Doss. His shot is going to be up and good for the 3. That ties it up at 5. JJ to Charlie. Charlie's going to drive it all the way in. He's going to pick it back out to Wiedrich. Bounce pass to Garver. Ball is going to be tipped away, taken by Niwot. Doss all the way down. Nice job by Charlie Langford to steal it. Turnover number 3 by Niwot. Hands it into gets it back from Mendez. Langford, nice screen. Going to go up for the 3. Up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Marquez. Then by Wiedrich. To Mendez. He's gonna. He went up for the shot and came back down with it. So that's going to be a turnover by the Mustangs. Win of the game will be Jariah Blake. Tony Mendez will take a seat. Jariah Blake, also a senior on this team, as he Langenegger into the front court, being guarded by Garver. Langenegger's going to stop, going to give it off to Stens, now to Doss from the right upper key, and that is good for a 3 for Rohat Doss. That is back-to-back 3s for him. 8-5 Niwot. Charlie to JJ. JJ going to drive it into the lane, and he slips. And a foul is going to be called on Fort Morgan. Who they called that on? Trying to figure out. Now they're going to discuss it. Somebody called it off a foul on Langford, I guess. No, it's on. Okay, it's on Niwot. It's on Niwot. It's going to be on Langenegger. Okay, we got that straightened out underneath to Wiedrich. Wiedrich is going to turn, and shot is going to be up and good. Little turnaround there by Jackson Wiedrich as he gets in the scoring column. 8-7 Niwot. On the near side to Rodansky. Rodansky's going to drive it in. Going to give it up to Langenegger. A 3 from the corner is up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Carano. And Carano misses, but he will go to the line. And he was fouled on the shot. Let's see if that was on Garver. Nope, it's going to be on J.J. Marquez. That will be his first. That will send Carano to the line to shoot 2. That one rattled its way in. 2 points for Carano. Gavin Taylor will come in for Jackson Weidrich. 3:26 to go. Niwot up 9-7. Carano with free throw number 2 off the back of the rim. No good. Going to be rebounded by Langford. Mustangs slowing it down here a little bit. Langford's going to drive it down. His layup is going to be up and going to be partially blocked. Taken away by Langenegger. He's going to drive it all the way down coast to coast for Brighton Langenegger. 3 points on the night for Langenegger. 11-7 Niwot. Marquez dribbles it down that left side. Has the ball stripped away, but it's off of Carano and out of bounds. Mustangs to inbounds. Near side, just in front of the Niwot student section. They get it into Jariah Blake in the backcourt, gets it back to Marquez. 2:53 to go into the hands of Garber on the right side. He's going to hesitate, going to drive all the way in, and then he goes down, nothing called, as Niwot comes away with the ball. A turnover by the Mustangs. Doss goes all the way in. It's going to be, now they're going to, well, they're calling it pretty close down here on this end, but they're letting a lot of stuff go at the other end. We'll see who that was on. That is going to be on, looks like that's going to be on, showing Garber. Okay, Aiden Garber with the foul. Now into the corner, Doss for 3, up and off the rim and no good. Going to be rebounded in the corner. Gets his own rebound and he's got a bounds. The turnover, Niwot. So the Mustangs see if they can get a bucket here on this possession. Get it into Jariah Blake over on the right side. He's going to cross-court pass to Taylor. Taylor's 3 is up and no good. Going to be rebounded and tipped away. And finally taken in the corner by Sebastian Stans. That would be his second. Now Langenegger, his little hook is going to be up and no good. Gets his own rebound. Little shot is up and no good. Carano with the cleanup though. Carano with the bucket. 4 points on the night for Carano. Jariah Blake down. He gives it off to JJ in the left corner. 13-7. JJ with a shot. All glass. Rebounded to Carano. That is his 4th. Stands now in the corner to Rodansky. His 3 up and good for Taylor Rodansky. Now a timeout is going to be taken by head coach David Marquez as the Mustangs find themselves down by 9, 16-7. Rodansky with a triple and Rohat Das with 2 from downtown. For the Mustangs, J.J. Marquez with a 3, and then Aiden Garber with a bucket, and Jackson Weidrich with a 2-pointer also. Miller's Landscaping. You put so much time and effort into your show animals, offering a wide selection of livestock, feed, and supplies. Stop by 19645 County Road Q in Fort Morgan. Premier Farm Credit. For over 100 years, they've been providing affordable, reliable, and consistent credit. Visit premieraca.com. Let's see if the Mustangs can get off this 7-point stall here. (16-7) Niwot. Garber gets it back to Blake. Blake down that left side. Going to be picked up. And now back to JJ. Taylor to Langford. His shot up and no good. Taken away by Niwot. Over on the far side to Carano. He's going to kick it off to Langenegger up top. Not a Stens. Over to Carano out on the left wing. He's going to drive it all the way down. Goes in for the layup and nothing called. So Carano with a hard drive to the basket, 18-7. Garver going to kick it off to J.J. Marquez as he was bumped, nothing called. Ball is stripped away. J.J. comes away with it in the corner, back to Taylor. Hands it off to Langford. 30 seconds to go here in this first period, 18-7 Niwot. Jariah Blake drives, going to give it off to Taylor. Taylor's going to go into the lane. He gets his, not a good pass as it was stolen by Langenegger. Now into the hands of Doss. 18 seconds. See if they go for one. They drive it into the lane. Doss is going to kick it out to Langenegger out on the left wing. Now back to Doss. They're going to go for one. So Doss to Langenegger. A three from the corner is going to be up and no good. Going to be tipped out though to Rodansky, and that three is up and no good as Charlie Langford picks himself up off the floor. But after one period, the Mustangs are down 11, 18-7 on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. At Niwot High School, as the Mustangs start period number 2 with possession, they get it into Marquez in the backcourt as they trail it 18-7 to Blake on the right wing. Now to Garver out high. Garver's going to drive it to the left side, keeps that dribble alive, going to drive it all the way in, then a foul is going to be called on Niwot, and that will be on Luke Demmel into the game for Niwot. Marquez to Langford. Langford out high, pass across court, and it's going to be off of Langenegger and out of bounds, so the Mustangs will retain possession as they will inbounds in front of the Niwot bench far side. JJ into the lane. Layup is going to be up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Demmel into the hands of Stens. Sends it back up top to Buckby, also into the game. Tipped out of bounds by Charlie Langford. Nice job there to stop the possession there for Niwot, but they will retain here near court. It will be Stens to inbounds. He gets it in to Buckby over on the far side to Demmel. Back up top to Buckby, and that shot is going to be off the rim and no good. Going to be rebounded by Langford. Unofficially three. Langford's going to drive it all the way down. Nice body language, English there by Langford, but comes up empty, and that is going to be rebounded by Langenegger. Buckby's going to drive it all the way down, and he's going to kick it out into the corner, and that three is going to be up and good by Luke Demmel. 21-7, Mustangs need to get a bucket here. They're on a dry spell as Garver picks it up, gives it to J.J. Marquez. Reverse layup is going to be no good, but Gavin Taylor with the rebound. Now a shot taken and then a foul on the rebound. And that is going to go on Jariah Blake. That will be his first. 21-7 Niwot, 6:32 to go here in the second period. As they get it into Doss in the backcourt, being guarded by the Mustangs. They tried to trap. Got it into the hands now of Elliot Weiskup, who is in. That shot is going to be up and no good by Carano, but he was fouled. So Jackson Carano will go to the line once again. He is 2 of 4. And that foul is going to go on Gavin Taylor, his first. First free throw is nothing but net for Carano. 7 points on the night for Carano. Free throw number 2 up and good. 23-7. Mustangs have yet to score here in this second period, and have not scored much of the first period. JJ to Mendez, who is back into the game for Langford. JJ's shot is going to be up and no good. It's going to be rebounded by Carano, and then a foul on JJ. That will be his second. team third here in this second period. Christian Velasquez is set to come in for J.J. Marquez. As Niwot inbounds to Das. 23-7, 5:52 to go. In the hands now of Buckby. Buckby's going to drive it in. Comes up empty. Going to do a little turnaround jumper, and that is going to be up and good for Archer Buckby. 25-7, getting away from the Mustangs here early. Down 18, 25-7. That shot is going to be up and no good. Going to be rebounded once again by Carano. Unofficially 5 rebounds for Carano. Into the corner, and that shot is going to be up and no good by Weiskup. Rebounded by Blake. To Mendez out on the left wing. He's going to stop and pop for 3, and that is up and no good. It's going to be rebounded by Blake. Shot from the corner is going to be up and no good by Taylor. It's going to be rebounded. Not sure what they're doing here right now. A couple of guys yapping at each other. Jariah Blake, maybe. One that they called a double foul. On Buckby. And then I believe on Jariah Blake. If it's on Blake, that will be his second. They just have the Buckby one up there. But I believe it was a double foul. Now they have a discussion over at the scorer's table. Refs coming over and talking too. Not sure what they're. This is going to be shooting free throws, I guess. I'm not sure. Aiden Garver is going to go to the line to shoot. I don't know if it's a double technical. So far, only number up there on the board so far has been Buckby, but Aiden Garver will shoot. And that is off the back rim and no good. So we'll see if somebody shoots for Niwot here in a minute. If not, I will take that foul back from Blake. That free throw is up and good. Finally broke for 7 points. So maybe it was just on Buckby. So I will take that away from Jariah Blake. He only has the 1 foul. So Mustangs will retain possession with 5:03 to go here, down 25-8. As they look to get it in. Got to get it in, boys. There you go. Got it into Wiedrich. To Velasquez, he's going to drive it in. Layup is going to be up and good. Christian Velasquez with a bucket. He drives it down, uses that body to get him some room, and he put it up and in. Das over on the far side to Buckby. Buckby's going to drive it into the lane, going to stop and pop. Shot is up and no good, going to be rebounded, finally taken away and tapped out of bounds by Niwot. So Fort Morgan basketball. Mendez try to inbounds here as he will get it in to Blake. Now a foul on Buckby as he is riding Blake across the timeline. Buckby with his second. He will come out. Sebastian Stins back into the game for Niwot. Mendez to Blake. On the far side to Wiedrich. Up top to Mendez. Mendez keeps that dribble alive. He goes into the lane and kick it back out to Velasquez. Back to Garver. Garver going to stop. Oh, thought he was going to shoot the 3. Pulls up, gives it off to Wiedrich on the far side to Blake. Blake's going to drive it in. And then a jump is going to be called, and that will be possession to Niwot. So that will be turnover number 6 for the Mustangs. as Niwot has called a 30-second timeout here, and they lead it 25-10. Bank of Colorado, they believe in keeping things simple. Apply for the loan you need for your dream home fully online. Visit bankofcolorado.com for all the information today. So the Mustangs with 3 points here in this second period. 7 for Niwot as they lead at 25-10. They were outscored in that first period 18-7. So far being outscored 7-3 in this second period. It will be Niwot as they will inbounds at the far end of the court. Let's see if we have a number 23. As Niwot throws it away. Trying to see if I can find a Niwot roster. I cannot right now. We have a number 23 in there. I do not know who that is for Niwot, but ball is going to be tipped out of bounds far in, so the Mustangs will retain possession. Uriah Blake to trigger it in for the Mustangs. 25-10. Niwot, they get it into Weidrich. Weidrich's going to hand it off to Garber. Garber picks up his dribble. Gives it to Mendez out high. 3:39, 25-10. Mendez layup is going to be up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Velasquez. Puts it back up and in for Christian Velasquez. 25-12. 13-point lead here. They whittled it down a little bit here. Stens in the corner. That three left-handed shot is going to be up and good for Sebastian Stens. 28-12. Over on the far side, the Blake's going to pop for a three. And that is up and good for Uriah Blake from downtown. His first bucket of the night. Answered that three from Stens. 28-15. Stens going to kick it out on the far side to Rodansky. Rodansky to Das. Das into the lane now over on the far side to Stens. Stens with a left-handed shot up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Carano. But his shot no good. Rebounded by Christian Velasquez. Mustangs hustle it down court into the hands of Weidrich. 2.5 to go here. 28-15. Shot is up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Carano, his seventh. Stands into the corner to this number 23. I do not know who he is. Back over on the far side, a three for Das. Up and good for Rohat Das. That's his third from behind the line. 31-15. Underneath, that ball is going to be tipped. Not a good pass. They tried to get it underneath. Now Mustangs with a steal. Weidrich bounce pass to Mendez. Layup is going to be up and come up short. Going to go into the hands of Das, his second of the night. Little turnaround jumper is going to come up short and rebounded to Blake. That shot was up by Rodansky. 31-15, a minute 30 to go. To Christian Velasquez on the right wing, now to Garber out at the point. Keeps that dribble alive. Now he picks it up. Looks for Mendez. Now Uriah Blake, his shot up and no good. Going to be rebounded to Das. His third. Now quickly down court to Stens. Stens in the lane now to Carano. His shot is going to be up and good at the bucket for Jackson Carano. 18-point lead again, 33-15. As Garber crosses mid-court. They're going to call. They called him for the travel. I didn't think he drug his foot, but they're going to call him for the travel. So that will be turnover number 8. as Aiden Garber not agreeing with that call, and I really wasn't either. I didn't think he drug his foot, but the refs called it that, so 33-15. We are under 40 seconds to go here in this first half. Underneath to Langenegger. Shot is up and no good. That was a foul on Langenegger as he pulls Mendez down. So Langenegger with his second. Christian Velasquez will come out. J.J. Marquez into the game will be Luke Demmel. Langenegger will take a seat. 33-15, 35.4 seconds to go as the clock starts here. Jariah Blake into the front court now to Wiedrich. Looks to get it to Blake. His pass is finally going to be taken, but a tie-up is going to be called, and it will be Mustang basketball. With 22.7 seconds as the Mustangs are down 18, 33-15. It will be Charlie Langford into the game for Jariah Blake. As quarter number 2 will be coming to an end here shortly. J.J. Marquez into the lane, turnaround. He's going to pass it out to Langford. Shot is going to be up and no good. Going to be rebounded to Stenz. Down court to Demmel. And Demmel is going to be called for the travel. The turnover number 8. 11.5 seconds, 33-15. Get it in to Langford. 10 seconds. Crosses into the front court. Langford hands it off to Mendez from the corner. Up and good. Tony Mendez from downtown. Nice way for the Mustangs to end it as they get the triple from Mendez. But the Mustangs are still down 33-18 as we go to halftime here on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Brian Nickel back here at Niwot High School. Christy Creighton back at the studios for us tonight as we are wrapping up halftime as the Mustangs will be on defense to start the second half of this contest. Mustangs are looking at a 15-point deficit and will have to overcome that if they want to try to get win number 1 on the season. If not, if they don't get it tonight, they will have to do it on the road on their final game of the season, and that will be at Skyline. They are 9-7 in league play. So Niwot ball as it gets into Sebastian Stenz. Being guarded by Langford over on the far side. Going to be stolen by Garver. Garver with the layup up and good right at the bucket. Aiden Garver, nice way to start the second half on the steal and the layup. Down 13, 33-20. Stenz off to Rodansky to Doss. Doss is going to kick it out on the far side to Stenz. Back to Doss out on the high right wing. Now to Langenegger. He's going to drive it in against Wiedrich. Up and good is Brighton Langenegger on the layup. 5 points on the night for him. Tony Mendez for 3. Up and good. Tony Mendez from downtown. His second triple of the night. Down 12, 35-23. And a timeout is going to be taken by Niwot. So nice job by Fort Morgan as they have cut a little bit into this lead, 35-23 with 7:07 here to go in this third period. Looks like it's just going to be a 30-second timeout. It's been a tough year for the Mustangs as this is a 5A, 4A league, but it's real heavy on the 5A. The only teams that are 4A in this league are Fort Morgan, Northridge, Riverdale Ridge, and Severance. Everybody else is a 5A team. But that will change next year. From what I understand, it will be a 4A, 3A league. I believe they will go into the Patriot League somehow and will be playing more like Brush, Sterling, Weld Central, Resurrection Christian, teams like that. Out of the timeout, it is Stens as he gets it in to Rodansky. Doss on the left wing being guarded by Garber. Underneath to Stens. He's going to pull it back out, being guarded by Langford. Now a foul is going to be called on Langford. And that will be Charlie's second. Niwot the inbounds just in front of their student section. As the ref, for some reason, is waiting, finally gives the ball to whoever's inbounding. I can't see that as Stens. Rodansky to Doss. Doss into the lane. His layup is going to be up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Mendez. Mendez down the right side. He's going to stop, give it to Langford. Langford out at the point. Going to dribble down that left side. Had a foul on Niwot. A push. And I believe that was on Sebastian Stens. That will be his first. Fort Morgan to inbounds into Wiedrich. Wiedrich to Charlie. Langford, nice cut there by Wiedrich, but comes up short. JJ with the rebound. And he gets it up and in for JJ Marquez. Rebound and the bucket. Down to a 10-point contest here. Now what Langenegger is going to drive it all the way down. His little left-handed layup is going to be up and good for Brighton Langenegger. 7 points on the night for him. Langford into the lane. Layup is going to be up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Langenegger, his fourth. Picks up his dribble. Now gets it off to Rodansky. Rodansky's little shot is going to be up and no good. But Carano with it, and Carano is going to be fouled after the rebound. And 8 rebounds for him. And that foul is going to go on Mendez. That will be his first. They try to get it in. They do get it into Dawson in the corner for a 3. Up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Tony Mendez, his fourth of the night. Mendez to Langford on the near side to Marquez. Marquez hesitated to 3. Now he's going to drive it all the way down. And his pass goes to Langford, and then a foul. I believe that's going to be on Langenegger, I believe. That will be his third. So the Mustangs, the inbounds left of their bucket on the baseline. They get it into Wiedrich. Now off to Garber. Garber picks up his dribble, gives it off to JJ. JJ is underneath. He gets it to Wiedrich in the corner. Wiedrich thought JJ was going to cut to the basket. He did not. So the first turnover here in the second half for the Mustangs. That is 9. Underneath that, a Carano. Carano's shot is going to be up and no good, but they're going to call Wiedrich for the foul, I believe. That will be on Jackson Wiedrich. That will be his second. That will send Carano to the line to shoot 2. First one is up and good. This is free throw number 8 coming up for him. He is 6 of 8 from the charity stripe. Down to Wiedrich. 39-25, back up to a 14-point lead. JJ to Garber, and now Charlie Langford on the floor. I'm not sure what happened. If he twisted his knee, I'm not sure. I did not see what happened. Twist the ankle. He's up on his knees right at the moment. As the coaches, and I believe it is probably a trainer for Niwot. It's his left leg, whatever it is, or his right leg, excuse me, not putting any weight on it whatsoever. as they get him set down over on the other side. So Jariah Blake into the game. The Mustangs get it inbounds to Weidrich, now to Mendez over on the far side to Blake. Blake being guarded by Stens. Back to Tony Mendez, underneath to Weidrich. Weidrich in the lane. Little turnaround is going to be, shot is going to be blocked by Carano into the hands of Stens, and then a travel is going to be called on the far end. So turnover number 10 for Niwot. Fort Morgan also with 10. So not a lot of turnovers here, just Mustangs not able to get the ball to drop. As Coach Marquez with some instructions here. Tony Mendez into the lane. Little lap is going to be up and no good. Ball is going to be tipped off of Niwot and out of bounds. Nice hustle there by Tony Mendez to fight for that. It was off of Dawson out of bounds. So Jariah Blake will trigger it in. Gets it into Weidrich in the corner. Back to Blake in the corner, and that three is going to be up and no good. Ball is going to be tipped out and taken by Demmel. That is his second rebound into the hands of Carano. Now to Stens, excuse me. Rodansky in the corner, going to drive it into the lane. Pulls it up. Now he gets it off to Demmel. Demmel shot is going to be blocked, but they're going to call a foul on J.J. Marquez. That will be his third. That will send Demmel to the line to shoot two. 39-25 with 3:55 to go as Charlie Langford is on the bench over there. I believe the trainer for Niwot is over there. First free throw is up and good by Demmel. 4 points on the night for Demmel. He must be his ankle there. Untying his shoe, gonna get some ice on it and get it wrapped. 40-25. Free throw up and good for Demmel. 5 points on the night for Demmel as Gavin Taylor comes in for J.J. Marquez. Pressure put on here now by Niwot. Also into the game now for Fort Morgan is Carlo Basale. He is in for Weidrich. Off to Garber out on the right wing. He's going to drive it into the lane, and he's going to be pushed. So a foul is going to be called on Niwot. And that will be on Taylor Rodansky. That will be his first. Garber to trigger it in, and that ball is going to be knocked out of bounds as Garber tried to get it in. So they will try it one more time. Get it in back to Garber in the right corner. His little jumper is going to be up and no good as he goes to the floor. And off of Fort Morgan and out of bounds. So Niwot will take possession. 11 turnovers for the Mustangs. And stands on the near side. And that shot is going to be up and banked in by Elliot Wisecup. From downtown back up to a 19-point lead, 44-25. Taylor needs to get rid of it. Now he's going to be fouled. No shooting fouls yet. Let's see who that's going to be on. That will be on Demmel. That will be his second. Buckby will come in for Rodansky. Fort Morgan inbounds left baseline of their basket. To Taylor in the corner. To Basale. Yes, he picks up his dribble. Now the Nice job there. Almost had a nice try by Garver, but he ends up throwing it out of bounds. So turnover number 12. That pass from Basale was just too high as Garver could not control it. Stens in control of the basketball as he gets it up into the front court. Going to drive it down that left side. Hit back out to Demmel for three. That is up and no good. Going to be out of bounds. And the Mustangs will take possession. 44-25 with 2:40 to go here in this third period. As Carano will take a seat, and our infamous number 23 has come into the game for Niwot. Garver in control of the basketball right now. Pass is going to be taken away by the Niwot Cougars. Into the game is Yatelli Busanera for the Mustangs. Pass underneath. That shot is going to be up and good for 23. That's up and good. Basale tries to get the ball underneath, and that ball is going to be taken away. Another turnover by the Mustangs. Sebastian Stens crosses half court. Minute 58 to go, third period. Mustangs down 21, 46-25. Over on the far side to Lehman. Ball is going to be tipped in, but Niwot will retain possession, Now a three from the corner is going to be up and no good by Buckby. Going to be rebounded by Garver. I have that as his first. Garver's going to stop and pop for a three. Up and good, and then he was fouled. So Aiden Garver with the triple. And that foul, if that's going to be on Wisecup, that will be on Wisecup. That will be his first. So Aiden Garver will go to the line to shoot one. This is only the third attempt for the Mustangs from the line tonight. Niwot has shot 12 free throws. Garver with a free throw up and no good. But a foul on the rebound. I don't know if that was on Demmel. See who that goes on. That will go on Rohat Das. So Carlo Basale will go to the line to shoot two for the Mustangs. First free throw off. Oh, got the roll. It was off the back of the rim and then caught the front and then back down in. So Basale on the scoring end of things here for the Mustangs. Mustangs down 18, 46-28. As now the ref is, they were trying to do something over at the scorer's table. Apparently everything is copacetic over there now as Basale tries his second free throw off the rim and no good. Going to be rebounded and finally knocked out of bounds off of Jariah Blake. So the Cougars will take possession here as Tony Mendez will check in for Jariah Blake. A minute 22 in the third period, 46-28 Niwot. No hit. Das gets it back to 23. 23 being guarded by Busanera. Das on the far right wing. Going to drive it all the way in, and he's going to, well, they said it was knocked out of bounds off of the Mustangs. So Niwot will retain possession. As they look to get it in. Left baseline of their basket, get it into Demmel. Ball, oh, nice strip there by Basale. As he steals it, brings it down, and then he's going to be called for the travel. So 15 turnovers. Nice job there by Carlo, who is a sophomore for the Mustangs. 57.7 seconds left here, third period. As Doss into the front court. Now hands it off to Wisecup. Back to Buckby. Langenegger now to Doss. Doss faked the three, drove in. Shot is going to be up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Taylor. I have him for two. To Mendez. Now to Taylor in the right corner. Taylor's going to drive it in. Kick it out to Busanera. Busanera is going to drive it in. His had to do a little underhand layup, and he was fouled. See if that's going to be on number 23. So Yatelli Busanera will go to the line to shoot a deuce. Spins the ball a couple of times. Free throw is off the front of the rim and no good. Comes up just short with 21.3 seconds to go here, third period. Tony Mendez getting Busanera to smile a little bit. He goes in and talks to him a little bit. Free throw is up and nothing but the net for Busanera. He's in the scoring column tonight. Back into the hands of Doss. He gets it back over to Wisecup. Wisecup on the right wing. Picks it up top to Buckby. Buckby over on the far side to Wisecup outside the three-point line. Doss, 7 seconds. Doss layup is going to be up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Garver. Mustangs get a shot off. Hits the bottom of the net. That comes up short as the Mustangs are trailing here after three, 46-29 on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Fort Morgan with possession to start off period number 4, down 46-29 on the far side to Marquez, now to Mendez, back to Wiedrich. He drives into the lane. Little turnaround jumper is going to be short, going to be rebounded by Langenegger, his fifth unofficially. Left-handed dribble brings it all the way up court. He's going to drive it all the way down. He's going to give it off to Carano. Right at the bucket. Carano up and good for the bucket. (48-29). Garver in control. Drives it down that left side. Underneath to Mendez. Nice give and go there by the Mustangs as Mendez with the bucket. Doss on the other side up top now to Wisecup. Wisecup underneath to Carano. Carano going to drive the lane. Going to kick it out to Doss. Doss for three, up and no good. Going to be rebounded, kicked around and taken by Doss. Shot is going to be up and no good and taken underneath by Niwot. Up top now to Langenegger. He's going to drive it into the lane. Left-handed hook is up. It's going to be no good. Going to be rebounded to Wiedrich. And then Wiedrich's pass is going to be taken away. And then over and back call on Niwot. So Fort Morgan to inbounds just short of mid-court into the hands of Marquez. Marquez into the lane, going to pull it out, gives it off to Garver. Garver off the screen, picks up his dribble now to Mendez, back to Garver on the left wing. Garver's going to drive it all the way down. Layup is going to be up and no good, going to be rebounded by Rodansky, his second. Rodansky into the lane, right-handed shot is going to be up and no good. Could have been over the back, nothing called on Carano. And Fort Morgan will call a timeout here as they are down by 19, 50-31. So a long night for the Mustangs. Their last shot at a win will be Thursday night at Skyline. That will be the second game of 2 on Thursday night at Skyline. The girls will play at 5:30. It is a senior night at Skyline, so hopefully they will be able to get things started on time on Thursday night. They were about 20 minutes late here tonight, getting everything going with their senior night here at Niwot. So 6:09 to go, 50-31 Niwot as the Mustangs will inbounds far end. Excuse me. Yes, Garver with control of the basketball to Mendez on the right wing. Tries to dribble it in, gets it off to Blake over on the left side, in and out. Blake gets his own rebound. Little runner is going to be up and no good. So Jariah Blake will go to the line to shoot 2. And that is going to be on Carano on his first. First free throw is up and no good for Blake. Blake is 1 of 2. Now he's 1 of 3. That one is up and good. 2 points on the night for Blake. Doss in control now, off to Rodansky underneath to Carano. That should have been an offensive foul, and it is, as Carano put an elbow into Wiedrich. So Carano with foul number 2. As Mustangs are down 18, and Niwot was going to put some pressure on, then they backed off. Mendez, his pass is going to be taken away. Got pressured over on the right side. Langenegger layup is going to be up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Mendez. 5 on the night for Mendez. Garver's pinch there. Jariah Blake for 3. That is up and nothing but the bottom of the net. A 3 for Blake. His second triple of the night. Langenegger back to Doss. 15-point lead, 50 to 35 with 5 minutes to go here, fourth period. See if the Mustangs have enough in them to try to climb back into this a little bit. A 3 is going to be up and good for Ohat Doss. That is his 4th 3 of the night. 52-35, 4:53 to go. A timeout has been taken, I believe, by Niwot. Western Engineering Consultants since 2003. They've been providing big firm product with small firm relationships. Visit westerneci.com for more. Wiggins Electric. Count on Wiggins Electric for quick, efficient, and courteous service to keep you up and running. They provide you with the service and products you need at your most critical time. So the Mustangs down 18 again, 53-35. Looks like they might crawl back into that back into the game as Jariah Blake hit a 3, but then Doss hit one right on the heels of that 3. So 4:53 to go. The Mustangs will inbounds far into the court. Niwot will not pressure full court. Looks like they will pick up at half court. Langenegger, they will probably try to trap at half court as Garver gets it off to Blake. Get it to JJ, now to Garver. Garver steps into the 3, up and no good for Garver. Ball is going to be saved by Marquez for the rebound. Marquez with a little hook, up and good for JJ Marquez. 7 points on the night for Marquez. Rodansky all the way. His shot, or ball, is going to be taken away. So turnover. JJ Marquez, his shot is going to be up and no good. Going to be taken away by Doss, his 5th. Rodansky is going to be called for the travel. 14 turnovers by Niwot. 17 by the Mustangs. As JJ will trigger it in for, nope, it's going to be Jariah Blake who will trigger it in. And he will get it into Garver. 4:11 to go, 53-37, Niwot. Wiedrich into the lane. Kicks it back out to Marquez. Marquez is going to drive it down that right side over to Tony Mendez for a 3. That is up and good. Tony Mendez from downtown. 13-point lead. Mustangs cutting into it. Was 18. Now it's down to 13. 53-40. 3:40 to go. Carano back to Rodansky, back to Carano out at the 3-point line. He gets it off to Langenegger out at the high point. 3:33 to go. Langenegger's going to drive it in, pick up his dribble. Now to Rodansky up underneath to Doss. A little up and under is no good. Going to be rebounded by Garver. Unofficially his third. Garver's going to drive it all the way down. Then he loses control of it. 18 turnovers by the Mustangs as Langenegger comes away with it. To Rohat Doss. Doss a little cross court now to Wisecup, and that three is up and no good. Going to be rebounded to Blake. Unofficially 5 rebounds for Jariah Blake with 3 minutes to go. Still 13-point lead for Niwot, 53-40. Jariah Blake picks up his dribble now to Wiedrich. He's going to feed Jariah Blake. His shot up and no good, but he's going to be fouled by Doss. That would be his second. So Jariah Blake will go to the line to shoot 2. Mustangs need to hit free throws if they want to try to get back into this. Blake was 1 of 2 a couple of minutes ago. First free throw is up and in for Blake. 8 points on the night for Jariah Blake. Doss will check out. Buckby will come in for Niwot. Second free throw up and good for Blake. Surprised they're not trying to press a little bit more. 53-42, 11-point lead for Niwot. 2:40 to go. A timeout is going to be taken by Niwot. So the Mustangs have cut into this. It was up to an 18-point lead, now back down to 11. So defensively, they've clamped down here a little bit. Niwot has also thrown the ball away 3 times. But Fort Morgan has gotten some points. $13 points so far in the period for Fort Morgan. 7 for Niwot with 2:41 to go. So we'll see if Fort Morgan can make the complete comeback. Gordon Insurance, be prepared for everything life throws at you. Get car insurance, life insurance, farm insurance, and crop insurance at Gordon Insurance. Visit GordonINS.com today. Got a nice crowd here tonight, though, for Niwot. They were 5-16 overall, 2-14 in league. They have a nice crowd here. Nice student section. So Niwot to inbounds. Far side with Buckby as he gets it into Wisecup into the backcourt. Crosses into the front court, being guarded by Blake. Now to Rodansky. Rodansky underneath to Carano. Carano up with the bucket. He knows how to use his elbows or his shoulders. He clears it out a little bit, and he goes up with that. Wiedrich in the corner. Wiedrich underneath to Mendez. Mendez's shot is going to be up and good. Nice feed there by Wiedrich to get Mendez underneath. Still 11 points, 55-44. 2:05 to go, fourth period. Rodansky from the right elbow is going to kick it back out to Buckby. It looks like they're going to try and run a little clock here, make Fort Morgan foul. We'll see if they can keep the ball away from Fort Morgan that long. To Langenegger. His jumper is going to be up and no good, but he gets his, he thought he got a rebound, but he did not. They're going to call that foul on Wiedrich. As they get the ball in yet, they get it into Carano on the left wing. He's going to drive it all the way down. He's going to go up with it, but he's going to be fouled underneath on the shot. Minute 37 to go. And that foul is going to be on Wiedrich. Be his fourth. And that will send Jackson Carano to the line to shoot 2 off the back of the rim and no good. So Weidrich comes out, Gavin Taylor into the game. 55-44, Carano's free throw up and good. He is 3 of 4 in the second half from the free throw line. J.J. Marquez to Blake. Blake popped for the three. That is up and off the side of the rim. Going to be rebounded by Bucky. That is his first unofficially. As Rodansky tries to throw it down and does not, and the ball bounces up and hits the guy wire. So turnover number 15 by Niwot with 1:18 to go. Mustangs down 12, 56-44. Garver to Blake, now to Marquez. Back to Taylor. Taylor for a three. That is off the front of the rim and no good. Going to be rebounded by Niwot into the hands of Weiskup. Underneath to Carano. His shot is going to be up and good. Jackson Carano will be the leading scorer for Niwot tonight. 58-44. Mustangs are going to come up short tonight. Layup is going to be up and good by Garver. Now Fort Morgan will put some pressure on, as that will be a foul on Taylor, I believe. Let's see who they're going to call that on. I guess that was JJ that did the foul. Marquez with his fourth. They will not go to the free throw line. Oh, they're going to call an intentional foul. Jackson Carano will go to the line to shoot two. First one is up and good. And I can see that. He pushed him pretty hard, so you just want to commit a foul. You don't want to commit a foul like that. Carano hits both of them. So not what the Mustangs were looking for, 60-46. So it will be Niwot with the inbound with 36.9 seconds as they get it in to Jake Gardner, who is into the game. Being guarded by Blake, and they're going to call a foul. Okay, I thought they were showing a timeout, but that's going to be a foul on Jariah Blake. I believe that would be his third. Into the hands of Gardner, 28 seconds to go. Niwot with a bunch of kids that haven't played most of the night. Now they're going to stop and pop for a three, and that is going to be up and no good. Ball is going to be tipped around and taken by Garver, his fourth rebound unofficially. Back to Garver. Garver for three, up and good for Aiden Garver. 6 seconds. Technical foul now is going to be called on somebody. I did not see what they were calling. 60-46, 6.4 seconds. That will be on Garver. That will be his second. Free throw is going to be up and good by Zumig Haradas. Second free throw up and no good. 6.4 seconds. It will be Niwot ball. Now a technical foul has just been called on David Marquez. So now it will be, I'm not sure who number 15 is. I do not have him, but he will go to the line to shoot two. We'll put it under Donahue. Free throw is up and rolls around and in. It's kind of falling apart here at the end, 62-49. Free throw is up and no good. So now Niwot have to just let him inbounds and not do anything stupid here. This should be over in about 7 seconds. 62-49, and the Mustangs will not pressure. So that is the way this game will come to an end. 62-49. We will take a 2-minute break and be back with the post-game show here on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Mustangs post-game show is brought to you by Advanced Agri Solutions. Get a full plan of seed, food, and water for your field. Now is the time to begin your planning for next year's growing season. Call Dusty or Roxy at 970-571-2024. So the Mustangs fall tonight by a count of 62-49. For the Mustangs tonight, leading the way, actually two with 13. Tony Mendez and Aiden Garber each with 13. J.J. Marquez with 7. Jariah Blake with 9. Christian Velasquez with 4. 2 for Jackson Weidrich, 1 for Carlo Basale, who got in tonight, along with Utelli Busanera. He also got a point. For the Niwot Cougars, got one here I need to update here. 10, 11, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 20. 23 points for Jackson Carano. He is followed by Rohat Das with 12. Luke Demmel with 5. Taylor Rodansky with 3. Archer Buckby with 2. A number 23 with 2. And then we had a number 15 with 1, as well as Zumhig Haradis with 1 for their 62. Turnovers 18 for Fort Morgan, 15 for the Niwot Cougars. Free throws tonight, Fort Morgan was 7 of 11, and Niwot was 13 of 20. So the Mustangs fall to 0-22, 0-17 in league. Niwot is now 6-16, 3-14 in league. Mustangs will finish out the season on Thursday night. We will be there at Skyline. Game for the girls will be at 5:30. For Christy Creighton back at the controls for us tonight, this is Brian Nickel. Once again, the final scores tonight. The girls lose 44-40. The boys go down 62-49. You've been listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs basketball in Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Good night, everyone.